You are just bringing it.
Girl. Okay. I haven't even introduced you yet.
You don't have
already,
to.
Like, having
Let's just
fun.
do it.
Angelina Keeley, hey, babe. What's up?
I love you. I just have to, oh my, Kelly, no, I'm serious. Like, girl, you are such a girl's girl. That's why I wore my hot pink today. I adore you. You are so funny. You're so brilliant. You're beautiful. You're like the whole package. And I just want to be best friends with you, honestly. So I'm just putting it out there.
Wait, okay. You know what? We can end the podcast right now. We're done. 1 minute over. We don't even need to recap Survivor 47.
Oh, you know,
we don't need to talk about episode 9.
You know, right? Girl. I just wanted to chat with you. Also, I also have to say, I love your family. So for the listeners, I got to meet Kelly during your finale time. This is when it was still live finales.
Yes.
For 38.
Season 38, yes.
38. Yeah. I came up to LA because, I was still hot off of my season was just done. I was still.
Oh, girl, that's how we do it.
That's how we do it. Let's stay relevant. Let's get in there. Don't forget me. Anyway, so I went up to LA and I was like, let me mingle with Kelly and War Dog and all of these, Lauren, all these players. It was so fun. Anyway, I got to meet you. I got to meet your husband.
You got to meet Arlen. Yes.
Everyone. And I just adore your family. I just adopt me if, let me into the Wentworths. I feel like I could fit in. Anyways, no. And I love your friendship with Lauren. I just think, I don't know. I'm just a big fan. I'm excited to be talking about all this with you and just life and puppies, and you're just awesome,
everything,
girl. You know what I mean? Like we're on the same page. I feel it.
I feel like we have so much in common, and I am going to take the jacket off. I feel like if people who aren't watching the video, because this is on YouTube and also on Apple and Spotify.
If you're not watching, you need to be watching.
People are going to be not understand, but I put on my very best jacket for Angelina today because it's
Gucci.
Like,
is it North Face Gucci? Oh my! Okay, you bring in the designer, you bring in the warmth, you bring in the Seattle, and guys. All right, this is definitely a 10 out of 10 jacket. All right, it's waterproof, it's puffy, it's got a hood. Okay,
it's cute.
It's designer, it's chic. But you could dress it up or down.
Can I say something, Angelina? Now listen, I need to set the record straight on something. This is one of my favorite jackets, which is why I put it on for you today. Because to honor
I'm a connoisseur.
Queen,
I'm a connoisseur.
Icon.
I'm a cold connoisseur.
That is Angelina. I should have brought my rice bag, but I forgot it. This jacket.
I should have brought my idols.
Doesn't
that count?
Yeah. I didn't get to keep mine from season 38, even though I went home with one. But it's okay. Well, don't need to get into that. But this jacket, my husband actually bought it for me because I am a simple girl. I shop at Marshalls. I used to shop at Ross Dress for Less. Okay. I'm
same.
a very I like a deal girl.
Give me a sale.
I get me to TJ Maxx. I'm all up in those aisles.
Yeah.
All right.
Home Goods. Yes.
My husband is the stylish one. And so he's always we are so funny together because he always has his Gooch. He's always got his stuff.
Damn.
And he's like, babe, what? And I'm like,
I
this is my TJ Maxx $10 dress.
Yes.
Bitch. I'm feeling
But wear
fine.
the $10 dress with the $1,000 jacket.
Exactly.
And it's all about balance.
That's the
Life
balance.
is balance.
That's
There you go, babe.
So,
you got this.
So there we are. So that's the intro, everybody. Here we are, Kelly and Angelina, doing our thing. So this is going to be so much fun. Yeah. I'm so happy to have you. We have been planning this, right? I asked you, I think almost a month now, because I was like, I need Angelina girl. Okay. I feel like we're just sister. Just get we're just good. We love dogs.
Same wavelength, I feel.
We just, we're on the same wavelength.
Yes.
And so before we get started, how is your new puppy?
Well, he's right here. Let me grab him for you.
No, it's Finnegan, right? But you call him Finn.
You call him Finny, Finnegan.
Oh, baby boy. Now,
hi.
I told you, Angelina, we were messaging, and I said, Cavaliers are one of my favorite dogs ever. I used to work in a veterinary hospital when I was younger, when I was in high school.
Yep.
And my very first job, I was 16. It was kennel attendant, which basically means the boarding dogs, they walk them and pick up their poop and feed them. Whatever. Very basic.
Must love dogs for that. Yes.
But listen, one of my favorite dogs was a Cavalier King Charles. I still remember him. I loved him. He was the sweetest, most wonderful. I would have stolen him. Not really. I wouldn't do that. It's illegal. But I loved him so much. And so when I heard you were getting a Cavalier, I was like, oh my God.
Well, I know you have your Frenchie babies. So my first dog, for those of you, some people might remember Franklin, my Frenchie. He was my first love. I think all of us who love dogs have like a soulmate dog, right?
Yes.
And you could have multiple. I think you could have multiple, but for me, he was absolutely my soulmate dog in my life. And he was there in my 20s for like all the big changes that come in your 20s, right? All the moves and the engagement and marriage. He walked down the aisle at my wedding.
Oh.
He got me through 2 deployments with my husband. Like he was my constant, right? Grad school, all of it. And he was at the birth of my first daughter, like literally all these huge milestones in my life. Franklin was there. He was amazing. Love him. I didn't even know if I would want to get another dog after he passed. But 4 years later, I finally felt ready this year. And my older daughter has been asking for a dog. My younger daughter loves dogs.
And that's Sophia, right?
So yeah, it's such a good memory. So Sophia, she's been asking for a few years. She's 4. She's been asking for a few years. And then my younger daughter just lights up every time she sees an animal too. So we're big animal dog people. And so yeah, we finally got a puppy, and it's been so nice just to have that energy in the house again. And I don't know. It's he's still in the puppy face. So like, there's like, sometimes when I'm like, Ben, but for the most part, he's a sweetie. He's an angel. He's beautiful. I mean, come on.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
He is so handsome.
I'll say this because I think people will think this is very in line with my character.
Okay.
At my vet, they asked like on the forums, can we use his image online? And I said, no. I said, if you can use his image, his likeness, his name, image, and likeness, ain't gonna get paid, girl. Okay, this is model. All right, we're gonna negotiate for something there. All right, this is not free face. This is not a free puppy face. Okay, so
not on Angelina's watch. Okay,
girl,
nothing
not
is free
on my
here.
watch. Nothing is free unless you're giving it to me. Okay. Oh my God. So the puppy's been so fun. Life is good over here. I'm in San Diego. I got my 2 girls. Puppy, I actually just recently, I'm starting a business, more to come. Not ready to talk deets yet, but I'm starting an actual brick and mortar small business in San Diego that
oh my gosh,
that's expandable, I think. So we'll see. Let's get the first, don't want to put the cart before the horse, but gonna do this first concept, and more to come next, hopefully early next year, next spring on that. So keep a lookout. But yeah, there's just a lot of good things in life. I've been eating really clean, working out,
you look fantastic.
Thank you.
You're literally glowing.
Oh my God.
You look like a beautiful little angel over there. You're stunning.
You always too, girl. Just back and forth. It's just bright. I also have a ring light on. No,
I'm ready for this. I'm wearing a please. I'm not. It's fine over here. All right. It's fine. I'm living in the dark days of Seattle. It's rainy. It's depression season. There's no need for me to get ready looking cute. All right. That's fine. But you look great.
Always look cute. Can we talk about thank you. Can we talk about your Halloween costume real quick though? Because wow. That was I loved it. It
was good. That was all thanks to the makeup artist because she brought it all together because I'm sure you saw I was having a little bit of a breakdown the night before our party because it looked like shit. It did. It looked
that DIY
big marshmallowy puff thing, and it was not good. But it all came together, and that's all we care about is the end result. Right? That's all we care about.
You nailed it. So, and Lauren and the whole I love one of these days I want to come up to one of those parties. It's on my bucket list. That'd be so fun. You guys throw the best parties.
They're very fun. Yeah. It's what though? It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And so I think we have so much fun. We love to see everybody. We have a great little, group of Survivor fans here and even more come out that we haven't met. We have a lot that's come to all the parties and we have new people that come because we try to reach because it's inevitable after party. People are like, I had no idea. And I'm like, babe, I posted TikToks. I posted Instagrams.
You everywhere. Yes.
I'm doing my best.
No,
I'm doing my
you
best
do
to
such
reach
a great,
out. What do you
you
want me to do?
Such a good job. You're so fun.
Well, thank you.
You are.
Wait, but in San Diego, so you're friends with Kara.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes I DM her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I DM her stuff, and it's so funny.
I'm obsessed with her.
I love her.
Angel
her outward
on
appearance.
Earth.
Yes, her outward appearance. She's so she's in real estate. And she's so put together and amazing. And then sometimes we'll DM, and she's like, "Yeah, bitch." I'm like, "Oh, my God."
She's so fun. No, she is one of those people like you too, where she has this amazing personality and she's absolutely stunning. So it's the whole package, and she's smart. So it's just she's
amazing
and confident and kind and just I just can't say enough good things. I love Kara. I'm actually going to see her next week. It's her birthday.
Cute.
She's doing like a girls get together at like, she's getting like a little Airbnb. I don't even know. It's called the Dome House. Oh, actually, probably shouldn't say this.
Oh my God, no, you don't know.
No one needs to know where we're going to be. But there's going to be a get together in like the desert kind of thing. And I'm just excited to see her celebrate her. She's turning 37 and she just bought a business. I don't know. I'm just like here for it. I'm like, go, Kara. Yes.
No, the teeth whitening or whatever. Girl, you know what it is? I love to see women thriving, period.
That's it. That's it. Yes. Yes. And I think that's why, like, yes, we're just like, you rise, I rise, we all rise. And that's it. Yes. Let's do it.
I feel like there are two types of people, and this is me placing people in a very like generic category, but I feel like there are the people that are like the hype people. Where I'm like, I'm always going to come on your stuff and be like, you look great. Go. Yes, queen. Killing it. Because why not?
Yep.
It's free. Like it does nothing for me to be like, yeah, I support you. That's amazing.
Yep.
And then on the other hand, you have the haters that are like, why the fuck are they doing that? What is that? It's like, go away. Like, what are you doing? Stop it. I just feel like, let's all support.
You know what?
Support each other.
You know what?
It's free.
It's so interesting. You know, I've thought about this a lot. And I think a lot of it comes from confidence and how you view competition, right? So one, I think if you're really confident in your own person and skin and just what you're bringing to the table, like that helps. But I think like for me, and I would venture to say you're probably the same, but tell me, like, I'm competitive, but like I don't compare. Like it's weird. Like I've never any time in my life, like people are like, how did you thrive at Stanford when you came from like not that kind of, I didn't come from that kind of privileged background, but I went to Stanford and I loved it. I became student body president. I really came into myself. And it's like, because I didn't compare myself to anyone. I just felt like awesome that I get to be around these people who are like ironing, sharpening iron and like celebrate their wins, and their wins aren't my losses. Right. So like, it's just
right.
And the same thing in the Survivor world, or even in like the women culture world, where it's just like, there is room for all of us to just do our thing, blow it up, be awesome. And it compounds each other, right? It doesn't take away. So that's just my little side note. Something I've been thinking about a lot.
Great way to put it.
And so I get stoked on that. And again, I see so much of that in you. So that's part of why I'm such a big fan. So
no, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's so true. Like we don't have to say this person is successful, therefore that's going to take away from my success, or that's going to like, they're not the same.
Yeah.
And even if you were in the same industry, I think it's better to work together, like power in numbers.
Yes.
And raise each other up.
Yes.
Than like try and like, well, I want to be better. I mean, there should be competition.
Yes.
That is what drives us.
Yes.
Right? We want to be better. We want to see what they're doing.
Yes.
But it's just, I think social media has made things so competitive in a way that's not really healthy sometimes.
Agreed.
And it's just like, girl, let's celebrate the wins.
Have you seen Tori from Survivor's Instagram?
Yes, love her stuff.
Okay, I just rediscovered her stuff. Like it came up in like my suggested reels, and I was like, oh, that's Tori. And I think she is just such an important voice, and I want to see more of that. Like I want to follow more of that, where people are like, this is real life. This is like, you know what I mean? Like this is not this, because I think for too long it's like we have this like toxic perfectionism online.
Yes.
And it's so damaging to our real lives, because then you think like, oh my gosh, I don't, my Christmas decor doesn't look like that, or whatever, my clothes, my whatever, right? X, Y, or Z, my car, whatever it is. And yeah, no, let's cut through it. Let's just, this is it. 2025. It's gonna be a new year. Obviously,
we're going in strong.
We got it.
We're going in strong, girl.
Yeah, I'm excited.
In a good mood.
Girl, but there's a lot going on in the world. So, oh my God.
Yes. All right. So now that we have caught up, hopefully people are still with us, because we are here to talk Survivor, everybody.
We did watch the episode.
This is like when two friends get together and we're all just FaceTiming. It's like we're having a big slumber party. Okay, so that's what happening. So we want to get into the episode. I promise I'm not going to be a negative Nancy. Okay, I'm not. I'm going to stay positive here. But I am going to be honest. This was not one of my favorite episodes of the season.
Okay.
Only because I watch Survivor. Everyone watches Survivor for different reasons. There are some people that just love the strategy aspect and that's all they care about, and they want to see big blind sides and all that stuff. There's some people that love like watching the challenges, and they want to see the challenge beast and how they do and how the challenges are put together.
Yep.
There's some people that like the social dynamics and kind of the more humorous side and seeing people talk and what are the relationships and what is the idol with the paint and all that. I am number 3.
Yes.
And so when I get an episode that is twist heavy, strategy heavy, I like it. I'm fine with it. It's just not as fun for me to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And so, again, I'm not going to be a negative Nancy, but I do feel like I'm going to try and pull out some of the fun through all of the strategic type stuff. Yeah. So I hope you're with me on that.
I am so with you. And yeah, there was a lot, and I'm definitely type 3 as well. Like, love that stuff way more. Yeah, I kind of like gloss over when all that's happening. It's like a little bit, it's a little bit over my head. But I'm like, you know what?
Angelina.
I love that. I love that.
I can't remember everything.
I mean, this is a 90-minute episode. It's a lot of people. It's a lot, you know?
It's a lot.
And I'm usually multitasking. I know people watch Survivor differently. But for me, I'm a mom. I'm busy. I'm doing the dishes. I'm folding the clothes. I'm washing my hair, trying to listen. Like, I'll rewatch it too, especially when I'm going to be on a podcast. But I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm doing stuff, you know?
Yeah.
There's no sitting idle for me. You know?
No.
So anyways, I'm with you.
There's only finding idols.
There's only finding idols for me, baby. Yes, yes. I was like, I feel like there's something there, but then you picked up what I was putting down.
Got you.
You always got me. So anyways, yeah, no, same page. Let's get into it. Well, let me ask you, can we zoom out for just a second? Because
yes, please.
This is our first time talking about this season. Who are you loving this season? Who do you have a winner pick yet? Are you leaning away? Kind of, you know, before we zoom into this episode, the Nightmare Fuel.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what they call it. That's the episode. I'm not calling it a nightmare. It's called Nightmare Fuel. Jeff. Okay, Jeff. You're listening, Matt. Matt. Love it. Love your work. Love your work. Okay, no, but who are you liking? What's your
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have really enjoyed this cast. They've been a lot of fun. There are a lot of people that I like. Rachel is my number one. I think Rachel is so fantastic for so many reasons. So glad she was saved during that twist. I didn't necessarily love the twist as a whole, but I love that she was saved.
Yes, thank goodness.
And I think based on the fact that we saw that little moment with Andy where they gave us the flashbacks, and then it was Andy talking confessional and Rachel talking confessional, and they're kind of telling where each of them stand. I love that editing. I thought that was really cool. And it got me thinking, why are they showing us that? Because that's why I watch Survivor now.
I know.
Because once you've played, you can't, it's like you're like, why did they include that? That's not something. And because you know so much happens and you only get 90 minutes a week. So you're like, okay, what happened in those 24, 48 hours? And so it makes me think, does Rachel, does she get to the end? Could she be our winner? I would love that. I think Rachel's amazing. You know, I'm all for girl power. Then I do like Genevieve on the Saul thing, which we can talk about in more detail. But for now, I like Genevieve. I'd say those are my top two. I also love Saul, but obviously Saul's gone. So what about you? Who are you loving?
We are similar page. So my theory that I'll stick with is that it's either a female winner. And I'll start by saying I'm not spoiled. I'm guessing you're not spoiled.
No, I'm not.
And that's intentional. I don't go out seeking information. I like to watch it as a fan and be surprised, right? That's what makes it fun. So this is all just speculation, but I feel like we're going to have another female winner, which is awesome. I will say that a lot of people shit on the 40s, but I will say our winner diversity in the 40s has been fantastic.
Amazing.
So that is something that cannot be lost. So yes, I'm obsessed with Rachel. I think she's brilliant. I think she's playing a really strategic, interesting, creative game. I loved what she did 2 episodes ago with the shot in the dark. What a creative use, especially given that she had the idol to read the room. No one's ever done that. Super cool. Those are the moments where it's okay, you kind of feel redemption for all of the things that are introduced to the game, where it's that was used in a different way that I might not have thought about. And that is awesome. Right. So yeah, Rachel, I really, really love her and agree with you. I think she's going to go far, whether that's her being the winner or I think she's going to make it to the end or be fired out. She's going to be with us for all the episodes.
There's going to be something of big moment, significant for her.
Yeah. I think either her, I think at this point, Andy might be too obvious of a winner. I think he's had such an interesting character arc and development. One of my friends from home from Nevada was just texting me saying that she just started the season. And she's like, this Andy guy's losing it. Like, she literally just texted me that before we got on the pod. And I wrote her back and I was like, keep watching. It gets really interesting. Like, there's a lot more there. And so I do, you know, and you and I have talked about this before. It's like we both know what it is like to be an underdog, what it's like to play from not a position of power and try to claw your way back. And Andy has really turned it around. He turned it around early, where I think he really is getting momentum now. And we see a lot of him, right? He's one of the main storytellers for sure. He's a really interesting person. So I don't know. I think we are going to see a lot more of Andy, Genevieve, Rachel. And I really like Sue. I think Sue is so fun. And I love that she's being underestimated. That's always something that I enjoy to watch. And they don't know that, you know, she's really smart and she's really, you know, she's on it. And then Kyle, I think, has a place in my heart because he just seems so sweet. And also him being a vegan. Like, I'm a vegetarian. So like, I totally just related with him when he was like, I can't eat it. But then he did eat the chicken wings. And I actually had salami at my merge feast too. And that was the first.
Did you?
Yes. And that was the first meat I had in 7 years when I had that bite of salami. Yes. I became a vegetarian in 2011 and I played in 2018. And at the merge feast, which was like day 18 or whatever, I had some salami at the merge feast. But I went in knowing like, okay, I need this. Like I need some protein. And so I ate that salami and it was so good.
Yeah. Okay. I have two questions for you. Number one, did it make you sick?
No.
Because that was one of my. Oh, it didn't. Okay.
But I didn't eat that much. I didn't overdo it. Like I always kind of in the back of my mind was like, if I eat too much or like get sick, then it totally backfires. And then it's like, I shouldn't have even eaten in the first place. Right.
Exactly.
So I really like had to focus on controlling myself. I made a sandwich out of it. So like maybe the bread helped kind of literally cushion it. In my stomach, and I was good. And I used to eat meat before I became a vegetarian. Like I grew up on meat. I'm Latina, like very heavy meat based growing up. So like I'm not, you know, my body's used to it in that way. I just made like kind of the personal moral choice to change in college. And I just love animals. So I'm sure you get it. But
I do.
Yes.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all to say. Those are, I know that's a lot of people. That's like most of the people left. But I think for sure Rachel. Yeah. I love Rachel. I also love Genevieve. I think she's super smart. And I just love watching smart women like work their magic. So
I do too.
Yeah.
I do think it's been a season of strong women for sure. Like you never know going into it. It's so tough because as a woman who's played, you're always like, oh gosh, are we going to get the under-edited, you know, women who like we all think they're not doing things, but I think we're getting the opposite. I mean, we're getting really, really strong women, and they are being portrayed in a way where we are able to see their games and we respect their games and we respect the moves, and I love that.
Me too.
That's amazing.
Me too.
If anything, I feel like the men are kind of like like the silly ones, you know, like because here it is. Gabe is just always talking about how he's so strategic and like, you know, he's got his pawns, when really I don't really see it like that at all from how we're being shown the edit. I mean, everyone just kind of wants him out for being a little bit sneaky. You've got Kyle, who's just like the typical
happy-go-lucky,
I want to win challenges guy.
Yes. Focus.
Which I thought it was so funny that he's like, I don't really think Genevieve's doing a whole lot. And then it's like,
let's talk about that. I want us to talk about that scene because this was my favorite moment of the episode, was when they were at the reward. Let's play it.
Yeah. Yes. I think we have a little clip from the reward challenge where they were talking about Genevieve. So we'll do a little play a clip here.
Sue is not going to be the person to be like, hey everybody, it's Saul tonight.
We could do a big blindside on Saul.
It would have to be a total blindside because he's so clever. I've had a bee in my bonnet since Malabo Beach.
Okay, so that Kyle part wasn't in there. They were talking about Sue, but at one point Kyle says, I don't think Genevieve is doing much. And then at that reward, they were just talking about Sue. So they were talking about the two people that were back at camp, who were making a plan that ends up being the plan on an 8-1 vote.
Yes.
Kind of funny.
Yep. We love to see it. Number one, I think everyone always says number one rule in Survivor. There's a lot of rules in Survivor, but I would say one of the top rules, don't underestimate your opponents ever. Anyone. And we all make a mistake, right? But like when you start underestimating even the weakest ones, like that's when they start to get more powerful. Or that's when you like actually get blindsided, like Saul, right?
You could say the same for Andy. Yeah. I mean, last week, right? Everyone's underestimating him. Sierra and Sam made the fatal error of not keeping him closer.
Yes.
And just assuming, oh, he's not doing anything. He's just a number for us. The people that you think are not doing anything are actually, in my opinion, the people you have to nurture and keep closer, because they are the ones who will stray so quickly because they realize they're not being appreciated. Yeah. And it's just human. Within us, we want to be appreciated. Yes. We want to be seen. Yes. We want to feel a part of something. We don't want to feel like we're just disposable, not just in Survivor, but just in life, right? Yes. Like that's why some friendships don't work out, because people are not seen as being actual part of the friendships, right? They're just seen as like this kind of this piece. And so
don't take anyone for granted. Yep.
Don't take anyone for granted. And I think that we have seen that now 2 weeks in a row where that has happened. And
here we are.
Look at what the outcome was.
Exactly.
However, since we're kind of getting into it, I want to ask your opinion on the Saul decision. Yeah. Because I love Genevieve. I think she's so strategic. I've loved hearing her perspective and how she's kind of gathered the votes and put these ideas together and for them to be executed and work. But why Saul? Because I'm still struggling to understand, because I'm looking at it from a numbers side, right? Okay. So we've got 4 Tuku. In this episode, we had 4 Tuku, 3 Lavo, and 3 Gata. Yeah. Okay. We know that Andy kind of strayed. Sam is by himself. Rachel is willing to go anywhere. So I guess the Gata is like a mess anyway. Yep. But the Lavo, I'm thinking Teenie and Genevieve are good. Saul and Teenie are good. Those 3 seem good. Why break that up right now? I think you take one from Tuku first. Yeah. Like Gabe or Kyle. Why did Kyle not get any votes?
So yeah, that
Angelina, break it down for me. Give me something here, because I wrote my notes out and I watched the episode last night. I slept on it. We are talking early the next morning on Thursday. What's going on?
Well, first of all, to Saul's credit, I will say I think that from an outsider perspective, Saul seems amazing. Saul seems.
Oh my God, I love him.
He's really grown on me. Because at first I was like, he's kind of a sleeper, at the first few episodes. But as it went on, I was like, wow, this man is emotionally aware, intelligent, has the emotional control. He's mature, right? I feel like players in their later 30s, early 40s are lethal in the best way. And we see that with Saul, where it's like he has enough life experience to like relate and know when to kind of put pressure, when to be cool, when to be funny, like all the different things. And my best guess at why it was Saul is because maybe they saw that. I mean, so much time had passed, right? It wasn't early days for them. Maybe they saw the magic, maybe they saw the magic of Saul, which again, I'm, as a viewer seeing more and more every week. And I'm like, oh, wow, this guy is like, there's a reason, as he said, that he's been so successful in life and in sales is because he has that personality to like really bond with people and connect with people. And maybe that was what they saw as so threatening. Maybe everyone liked him, maybe, but, and then he was on that majority, like which tribe? I can't remember all the original tribes. I'm sorry. He was on.
I know. The red. You can just say the color: red, yellow, or blue. Like that's fine. He was on the red. He was on Lavo.
He was on. Yeah. So they were like, all right, let's take out one of the Lavo. But to me, if it were me driving it, I think Saul and a couple. I do understand the argument of he didn't see it coming, right? Like Saul wasn't his. Well, he did because he was alerted by Sam. But before Sam said anything to him,
we need to talk about that too.
So fun. I'm not going to blow up your spot. Literally, as he's saying that, he's still walking out of Gam going to blow up your spot.
He got up from that shelter so quick, Angelina. He was like, he was literally, oh my God.
Literally, he was like, I won't blow up your spot. And like, as he said, away. Like, you need to do a reel on a reenactment of Sam because that was just next level.
I know.
Next level. Oh my gosh.
I know.
But no, so Saul, oh my gosh. Yeah, sad to see it because I really liked him. There was just, I mean, even, I keep saying this in all my pods, but like, my biggest, I just have to say it again because it's still heavy on my heart.
Say it.
I'm such a nerd.
Give you permission
I am such a nerd, but I just have to keep saying it because I feel like I want to be friends with him. Okay, John Levitt being the first one voted out was so sad for me. I'm a huge John Levitt fan. I'm like very just politically involved, minded. Anyways, I've been a big fan of like Pod Save America for years.
Are you fangirling right now?
Oh my goodness, because I'm trying to become friends with John Levitt. Anyway, so I just R.I.P. John. Him being the first one voted out of the season is like the biggest catastrophe of Survivor in the 40s in my mind, because he just is such a good storyteller. He used to write for Obama. Like, the man is good with words. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm still mourning the loss of John, and now I'm mourning the loss of Saul because I also think he was just such a gem, right? So anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. Sam,
girl, I'm glad you got that off your chest.
I had to
say like today is going to be a good day now.
Heavy. It's heavy on my heart. Okay,
it's been weighing me down.
I was ready for John Levitt this whole season.
Well, and I can tell you who probably was glad he was voted out early. Everyone who's out there playing, because I guarantee he was going to take a majority of the confessionals, no doubt. So I'm sure they were all like, yeah, bye. Rome was thrilled.
Rome was the real winner of that vote out.
Rome.
For sure.
Rome. Oh. Okay, since we haven't talked, okay. I know Rome's been gone for a few episodes.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I feel like, what did you think of Rome?
Rome was fun to me.
Same.
I like big personalities. No surprise there. So he was fun to me. Like, yeah, there were certainly times when I saw him like leaning back, and I'm like, Rome, be careful. You're gonna get too big for your britches. But it's like you love to see it because it's just like where it's all headed. It's like the fall of Rome, right?
Literally.
Tale as old as time. But I'm here for it. I'm here for the Carolyns and the Romes and the Qs, and it's like, give me more of that, right? Like, for me as a viewer, you don't have to be a great player. Just be a big personality. Entertain me. Yeah. I'm here to be entertained. We
like a little mess.
Everyone likes a little mess.
Yeah. We don't like an 8-1 vote at Final 10. Do we?
No.
Which probably would have been a 9-1, but Carolyn lost her vote.
Yes. So I also really like her. I meant to mention her. She's a girl's girl. She would be friends with us too. Like,
she would.
She is like when she found out that Sue had her idol from
I know.
From the paint, and like I loved when she was like, I love that she found the idol. Like, she's cheering on her girls. I love that. Caroline, girl, you go.
You go, girl.
You go. I'm sorry you lost your vote. What'd you think of the Jenga thing? What'd you think of that challenge?
Okay. We're bouncing all over.
I know. Is that okay? I'm sorry.
Oh, girl. No. This is like how my brain is every day. So this is just a little look for everyone inside it's like squirrel every 5 minutes. It's hard for me to get tasks done. So we're going to talk about that now.
Okay.
And then we'll go back to the challenge. I don't like people losing their votes. I don't mind it occasionally. However, I don't like the frequency that it's happening this season and just New Era in general. I feel like as a player, the only thing you can control is your vote and who you vote for. And that is the one thing that you have consistent power with, is your vote. And so the whole losing a vote, I didn't like when it was like, okay, 4 of you are going to lose it. But wait, 3 of you can get it back. Stop it. Why are we doing this? This is not compelling television. And the way you're going to get it back is you're going to go stand in a cave with a small pop-up table. It's like a card table. And we're going to have you play a game similar to Jenga. And the person who knocks it over loses their vote. But the 3 of you, the rest of you will get yours back. Was this just like filler for... I just didn't... I think there's mixed reviews on this. Some people liked it. Some people didn't like it. For me, felt like 10 minutes of wasted time.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't know if it's filler because there was nothing else in the episode, which I think may be the case because the most interesting thing we had was them at the challenge burping. So it's like, so you tell me your opinion on it. I didn't like it. I'd be fine if let's just let people keep their votes and move on.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think, I mean, honestly, to me, yes, I totally same page as you. Like, it complicated it in a way that was just like a little bit too much going on. And then it also, and then the actual challenge itself was maybe the budget was tight, girl. I don't know. You know, maybe they spent $200 on parking at a Seattle Seahawks game. So
it's possible.
So I don't know. Yeah, it was, it was not thrilling to watch. And I think my guess would be the purpose of it would be that it made it harder to plan at camp because they didn't know who was going to come back with what. But then it just kind of, basically what it does is just bottlenecks the decision making, right? Like, because then they came back and they figured out, okay, who has a vote? Doesn't have a vote. And then it just became this whole like bubble of chaos. And I like to see that everyone's playing like that, where it's like, is it Kyle? Is it Sue? Is it, Saul? But I just couldn't keep track of it. And I think when I can't keep track of it, it's like, I kind of just get a little lost when I'm watching.
Yeah.
And when they're whispering at Tribal, it's like, I don't know what's going on. I did like the signal and the noise analogy at Tribal, though, where it's like, are people actually giving you information that is like relevant and like actionable, or are they just telling you things to like filler? And then you have to kind of decipher between the two. I thought that was a good point that they made.
I did like that because that happens very often. I feel like when you go into a vote on Survivor, there's always this conversation that happens at camp where you have your group together and you almost say to each other, no matter what is said, no matter what people try to do, we are sticking with the plan that we have here right now. Because if you don't do that, to your point and what they were saying on last night's episode, that people are going to try and start causing this little chaos to get you thinking, oh my gosh, like, is there another plan? Because they said to stick with it, but but now this is, it just raises red flags for you. It's just a natural instinct to be like, I know we said to do that, and no matter what was said, I need to follow that. But now I'm feeling a little bit weird because it seems like maybe these people. So that is one really tough thing in Survivor, is just determining what is actually true and what are people just trying to like stir the pot a little bit and get me to change my vote.
Totally.
Now, Tribal Council for me, actually, this whole thing seemed like a whole lot of stuff for nothing. Did you see? I was scratching my head, like I'm moving my hair around. We had like a camp, like Sam is like, oh, I'm gonna really start some chaos. Sue. What? That's the big move is Sue? No offense. I like Sue, but like, what? I think he just lost. I think he lost people there. And then they were like, well, wait, actually, let's change it to, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
I think that was a mistake on Sam's part, is he wanted to do something cool. I get it.
Yeah.
But there was no thought behind it. It was just very reckless. It was just like, Saul wants to talk to me. Rachel told me something, go, without actually understanding anything about where the Saul plan came from. Because then all of a sudden he's like, Genevieve, get over here. And it's like, you realize you're literally talking to the enemy right now? You realize you're literally talking to the person that put this plan in place? You don't even know where the votes are. You don't even know what's true.
It was very impulsive. Yes.
Oh,
very
my God.
impulsive.
Angelina.
And I feel for Sam. He just had Sierra voted out, his number one, right? So it's like, it's always hard, the vote and the few days after your number one's gone, because you kind of feel like your safety blanket is no longer there. And he's a little younger. He doesn't eat vegetables. He doesn't eat fruit. So like, that messes with your brain a little bit, It makes you a little messy. It makes you a little, I'm not going to blow up your spot. Bye. I know I'm blowing up your spot right now, but it's okay. It's a choice. I'm making the choice to blow it up. That's if everyone had Saul's self-control, it would not be a fun game to watch.
This is true. No, and I did enjoy it. I think I just would have enjoyed it more if it actually led to a split vote or something.
You felt like it was a dead end. Yeah, it was just kind of like,
we can't control that. We can't control that. But I felt like there was all of this build up, and we got this stuff at camp and chaos, and no one knows what's going on. And then they're at Tribal and they're whispering, and we can't even hear what they're saying because they didn't even give us subtitles on what they were saying.
True.
Why are you not telling me what Sam and Rachel are talking about when they're talking 5 times on camera? Like, give me something.
Mm-hmm.
And then just to get an 8-1.
Do you think people should be allowed to whisper at Tribal?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
I am fine with it if it is truly a live Tribal. Where I don't like it is when people are kind of just doing it to almost have that TV moment. And I think it's
become more common, I feel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. A true live Tribal where the vote changes. I've been a part of that before.
What does that feel like?
Crazy. Where it was supposed to be me, it was David, and it was this thing, and then it ended up being Julia. That was absolutely crazy. That was truly a live Tribal. But then I've been a part of Tribals as well where people are talking and it's like, it doesn't really change anything. So
just talking to talk. Yeah.
Just talking to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been a part of a live Tribal or no? No.
Not so much. Not that I can like really think of I don't think there was a lot of that on 37, but
okay.
I imagine it would be really stressful for sure.
Yeah, it is stressful. But not when everyone decides to vote for Saul anyway.
Yeah. Yep. I hear you. So who did you think it should have been then? Like what?
I think Kyle would have been the play.
Yeah.
I think you take out Atuku, which is the blue tribe. They have 4. I think you go for Kyle just because.
The challenge beast piece or what? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think just because if you want a chance to win and not, I mean, even if he's not a threat, you don't think he could win the game. Don't you want a chance to win an immunity challenge?
Yeah.
I just feel like the fact his name didn't even come up, he didn't get a single vote.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a testament to like, is he a good game player or people just don't see him as
maybe people don't see him as a strategist.
Threat? Yeah, right. Like they're like, oh, he'll win challenges, but it doesn't matter. That's just not important to us.
Yeah.
Very possible.
Like maybe they felt like he's not driving votes, which I think there's more weight put on who's leading the votes, who's like the powerhouse for who's leaving.
Exactly.
But of course it
How
helps
is Genevieve
to have a few immunities.
Babe,
I was going to say, you have to have a couple immunities, I think, to have some respect. So it's like there's like a baseline of like you gotta maybe pull out 1 or 2. How many immunities have you won in your 3 seasons?
Girl, I'd have to go to Survivor Wiki. I don't even know. 3, 4?
That's good.
Is it?
That's cool.
I won 2. No, maybe only 2. Wait, did I win 3 in second chance? I don't even remember, girl.
That's okay.
I don't even remember.
But you've had that necklace around your neck before.
Yes, I have. It is a good feeling.
Yep.
It's a good feeling.
I wouldn't know.
Especially at Final 5 when everybody wants you out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're just like, hi.
Yeah. It's like a big like middle finger. Like, good luck. But then you make a fatal error and you give your biggest ally a fake idol and they don't play it. But that's okay because R.I.P. Keith. He was amazing person and so fun to play with. So,
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a sweetheart.
Yeah, he really was.
Oh.
Yeah, but winning immunity is great. It's just that security. So maybe Kyle, though, now that he didn't get any votes and is not a threat, is there any reason to purposely not win an immunity now?
Yes.
Or do you think just go for it?
No.
Kyle, keep on.
This is part of the self-control thing. And it's
tell me.
I have a lot of thoughts on this because I am not a challenge beast. So this is all from the outside. But I no, I'm not trying to
grow. You have your strength, though. It's okay.
Do I? Sometimes I wonder. So Kyle, he's in that category, at least for this season. And it's funny because he doesn't look like he would be a challenge beast just looking at him. But like, every season has him, right? You've got the most typical when I think challenge beast, like Ozzy. On my season, it was Alec. Like, there's always that person that's just a little bit more athletic than everyone else. Good for them.
Yeah, I think we should talk about the challenge. And they get the tree mail, which I love when they read the tree mail. I know it's such a small piece of the episode, but there's kind of those like little like old school moments that I love.
Yes.
Because they do still get tree mail when they have challenges. I feel like they don't show it as much now, but you always get the tree mail.
Yep.
Did you take any tree mail home with you?
I did. I have a box somewhere of like my little trinkets. It says Survivor on it. It's in my garage.
Cute.
But yeah, I do have a few pieces of that
For you to pull out one day when the girls are like, you have grandkids and like, Grandma was once on this show back in my day called Survivor.
Well, I haven't shown my girls haven't seen me on the television at all. They haven't seen my season at all. And
do they watch Survivor with you right now, or too young?
No, they don't.
Okay.
We, my older daughter, she gets like 30, 40 minutes of like screen time a day.
Okay.
But she'll watch, like cartoons and
Of course,
like little kid stuff. Survivor is appropriate for all ages, but
I think hard to understand though. I think maybe like 7, 8 is probably a good time, because you do have to kind of
explain it all.
Follow. There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
I can't even keep up as an adult at 38 years old.
Totally.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say.
Totally. And to understand mom was out there and but she's here and so we'll cross that bridge one day. They're still a little young, but it's interesting because it's like once kids turn like 4 or 5, like they really start to like understand a lot. So she's definitely getting closer and closer to that point where it could be like, all right, this is this is what it was. And but it's funny whenever like my neighbors or friends find out I was on Survivor and they're like, oh, I've never seen your season. I tell them, I'm like, don't watch it. Especially if it's someone who's just starting to get to know me. No, I'm 100% serious. I'm like, don't watch it because you're and then I'll tell them, I'm like, I promise in real life I'm not a bitch. Like I'm really not. And then they're like, what? Like how? But anyways, so I always tell people like, don't watch it.
Yeah, you're like, you don't need to. Let's just all remember it's a TV show. There's editing. Let's all remember we were hungry, not thinking properly, let's remember that. Sleeping on bamboo a couple hours a night. Let's all try and put it into perspective here of what was happening.
So funny.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they get the tree mail and we discovered that they have to break up into pairs for their immunity challenge.
Yep.
They've done this in other seasons, I believe. It's fine. I guess I'm such a twist. I'm so negative about the twist because I'm like, when is the last episode we've had where it's just been like a normal episode? Not since the merge. I know that for a fact.
If you were executive producer Kelley Wentworth.
Oh, well, good Lord.
What's your, just high level. Are you much more like a traditionalist? You just want a pure game of Survivor? Do you like having a little bit of twist, mix it up? Like, where are you on that spectrum of like your preference for how the game is molded?
I love idols.
Okay.
Because I always think they can create really fun moments at Tribal Council. And I feel like it's just been a part of the show for so long. I don't mind some of the idols, but there are some that I hated, which I hated everything about that. I thought it was so cheesy, horrible. I hated that. That needed to be thrown in the trash, like before it even got to the show. Like,
forgot about that.
That needed to be left. That needed to be left on Jeff's whiteboard. Okay, there are some ideas that just need to be like written down and then immediately erased. That was one of them. But I liked on this season when they did do the red paint. I mean, I thought that was hilarious. Like,
it was
awful
funny
for Sue, terrible for Sue, but I thought it was funny. I like when they put the immunity idols in the challenges. I've been a part of that. I think that that's fun. Okay. So I think that there are some things they do with twists, with advantages that I enjoy.
Okay.
Again, I just don't like the losing your vote thing.
Yeah.
I guess I understand it in some ways. I don't mind the journey, but I don't like the journey every episode.
Yep.
I just think it takes away from kind of the reason that the show was so popular in the beginning is that you're seeing people come together from all different walks of life, and you're seeing how they react to one another, and you're seeing how this, military guy who's very strong in his beliefs is going to work with the 21-year-old girl that, works as a server at Hooters. What I don't know, I'm being so over the top right now. But, it's like that kind of like
the collision of worlds,
the social piece of it, and just how people's minds work and how they come together and maybe have their differences.
Yes.
And maybe they'll align. Like that for me is what's interesting, because I think that's just
like the anthropology of it all, truly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so I guess maybe now does the production team think that that's just not interesting enough, and so they need to add in these twists? I'm not really sure. I don't work in television, so I'm sitting here like acting like I fucking know everything. I don't know shit.
We're
Okay,
Monday morning quarterbacks or whatever they say, right? It's like it's so easy for us. I think my best guess is that, you know, they've been doing it so long that I think there's a natural human inclination to innovate and to mix it up.
Sure.
And I think that is why we see these different experimentations with the show. Like, let's try something. Let's do something different. Because I think for them, again, they've been at it so long, and it's been a lot of the same people too, right? Like the retention on the back end of the show in terms of like production and the what's the name of the gentleman who does all the like challenges? John?
John her coffer?
Yeah, that's No, it sounds definitely John something. Yeah, it sounds in the vicinity. But like that sounds right. Yeah, but like it's like these people that have been doing this work for
so long,
decades. And so I on a just a human level understand that inclination to like want to mix it up and to want it's like people changing their hair, right? Like
true.
You know, try a different little dude, try some bangs.
True.
All right. Have you ever gone brunette?
Girl, no, my hair is too blonde.
Don't mess with perfection.
I would never come back from
that. Don't mess with perfection.
You can barely see my eyebrows. I'm like a ghost.
No,
okay?
you are like Khaleesi. You are the queen mother of dragons, all right? Your dogs are your dragons. And you're the queen. So no, don't change perfection, girl. No, it's beautiful. Okay. But I
get what you're saying. Yeah.
You understand the concept. So and that's just, again, like that's just me kind of just trying to, I always try to like kind of understand the back end of things, and I that would be like my best guess of like why we see so much more now, especially with like the lack of, I've talked about this on a couple other pods, like I do miss themes personally. For me, I think
no, girl, you speak my language.
I think keep going. I do think themes sometimes can be like overdone or like forced a little bit, but on the whole I like that it differentiates the seasons for me, and it also gives a little bit of a framework and a language to that season, right?
Yes.
So I miss that. I think we're probably due for a new location. I think that might be another way to like switch things up. I love Fiji personally. Like if I ever went back, I'd want to be in Fiji because it's just
so easy,
stunning, and it's
also so easy.
I know. And so like, you know, not a must have, but I do think a theme would serve us well. Yeah, maybe cleaning up a little bit of this whole like, you're losing your vote, you're going to this island, you're eating, like it's just a little, you know, let's just basics, keep it simple, just good quality ingredients, great Survivor with a little bit of, I think a little bit of paint and magic here and there to mix it up, which makes for interesting moments. Like even like when I tried to find my idol and like there was that big fucking ladder.
The ladder?
Like, but that's fun. Like that. If I had just found the idol on the tree branch, we would have missed out on the chaos that was me losing my mind at whatever day 35, 36 it was, when I should have just leaned the ladder against the waterfall and pulled it out myself. But I was so anchored on being on top of the rock that I climbed this little hill tower. It felt really tall at the time, okay? I felt like I was in the sky. All right.
I feel like I need to rewatch this because can you remind me?
Yeah.
Okay. Remind me what your clue said. Did they give you the ladder to find it?
Okay.
Remind me about what you had to do.
Of course, yeah. So it was like the last idol for the game because, you know, whatever. You can only play.
Was this at like final 6, 5?
It was at, oh my gosh. I think it was at 5. I might have found it at 6. I don't know. I think I might have found it at 6, played it at 5. It was the last idol in the game.
Okay.
So I found we were all searching. We knew it was going to be back in the game. I found the clue on like a little tiny branch on the beach. And it said like there was a ladder buried in the sand. And I needed to get that ladder and use it to find the idol, which was atop the rock by the waterfall or something like it was something like that. And so I dig up this huge ladder.
I remember the scene with you like getting a ladder.
Me too. Yes. So I get this ladder. I mean, it was at least 10 feet. Okay. It was at least a 10-foot ladder. Okay. And so
was it heavy? Like, was it made out of like bamboo?
It was. I mean, able to carry it.
Okay.
It wasn't light,
Okay.
but it wasn't, unmanageable. But it was big. You know, when you're kind of like carrying like an IKEA furniture and it's like just kind of awkward shaped.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so I had the ladder, I was moving quick, and I could not see what was right in front of me. And you know how that is when you're like at the end of the game. And I don't mean to be like our old days, but like when the game was 39, you had a longer chance to lose your mind a little bit more. Like you were much more insane at a day 35, 36, 37 than you are at a day 24, 25. And again, it's not to say what is harder, what's easier. The tempo is faster in the 40s with a shorter game. I personally like that it's shorter because if I ever played again, I can't be leaving for that long. Come on.
Right.
Come on. It's like I'm good with the change, but as someone who's played the longer game, I will say you get better television in the sense of like people are out of their minds at the end because you're starving and you're so disconnected from reality that like then you get those moments where it's like it's so in front of me to find it on the waterfall, but I just couldn't see it. And it did say atop the rock, not in. I was reading it a little bit too literally, probably. You know how it is. Like, your brain's not firing correctly. So that's all to say. I used the ladder to scale up this like hilly. It was like I went up way too high, and I was like, "Girl, that cameraman behind me." We were like, I wish you could have seen it. Like I was like army crawling. Like I was pulling on weeds to like get up. And there was like a cameraman like trying to like follow me, and I think they pulled out the it's good when they have the helicopter come out.
Oh yeah, they're like on the mic. They're like, Joliet, get the helicopter. Joe, we've got a situation here. Angelina is not following the clue. She is scaling a mountain. They're like, oh my God, that's not what you. And they know, that's the thing. The cameramen and the production, they know where it is. They have to know where it is. So when they see you doing like the opposite of what it should be, I think they're probably 50% like, oh my God, come on. We don't also want to be scaling the rock face. But the other part of them is like, oh my God, this is fantastic television.
Bring in the copter. So for future players, if they ever bring in the copter, you're doing something right. All right. In my book, you're probably doing something wrong, actually, for your game, but for the television's sake, you're doing something right. So needless to say, it was not on top of that hill, and I was on top of that hill, and I was like, "This is not up here." And anyways, I got back down eventually, and then what happened was Nick won some food. He brought me and Mike to food. We were at the waterfall conveniently. So I was like, we need to eat quick because they were my allies. And so I was like, we need to eat quick and I need you guys to help me find this idol because this is our chance.
This is when we had the iconic Mike White wine.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Where he's just like, what is this? And it's like, it's so perfect, right?
Like red stained lips, just like after not having wine for 2 months.
It's like he's at a dinner party and they're like, we're starting to play the games now. And they're like, I don't want to play these games. So that's all to say that like when they do have like a little bit of layers to, like with the paint or with the ladder, it's like, it does make for interesting and
funny. I like that. I like that.
That's a right level of complexity, but it's like they don't know, so I understand the experimentation with it, but you do occasionally get something like kind of wacky and fun and just different that you would have not expected. And again, Sue with her paint is just, oh my God,
hilarious. But I think both examples, we're talking Sue and you with the ladder. I mean, that for me, and I know again this is not every viewer. I think some viewers think that's very like kind of childish and not that cute and funny. Like they don't want to see that. I love that. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's also one thing to consider is that obviously not in production. We don't work on the team. We don't work in television. And so I think they're probably also always balancing happy all the time.
Oh, that's life.
Everyone is always going to have something to bitch about with the show.
Yes.
It's fine. And so what they're always trying to do, oh no, there's a seal outside in the water. Okay, anyway. Again, squirrel. Sorry, there's a seal outside. Wait, seriously?
You can see the water from your house?
Oh yeah, we live on the water now. We moved to a little rural town, and so the trade-off of not being in the city and around all of the, fun restaurants and stuff is that we do live on the water, which is great. And there's a little seal, and he's bobbing around, and
that is amazing.
So
that is so. I didn't know you were right on the water. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right here. It's cool. Yeah, we go like paddleboarding. We have a little dock and a boat, and life is good.
I
no
love
complaints.
That. Are you going to be up there forever? You think? You're going to be in Washington forever?
Probably. It's so interesting as you get older. At least I feel like the older you get, the more you kind of like come back to like wanting to be around family, and you've done your independent thing. You've seen it. You've been, I live my 20s and I'm going to take care of myself and do all this stuff. And then once you get older, and my sister-in-law now is having her second child, and like our parents are getting older and we want to be around them. And it's just so funny how life just works. So, probably. Probably.
And your family's there, his family's there?
Yeah, so we live really close to his dad now.
Cool.
We moved back to an area where he went to high school. And then my mom is across the waters, a couple hours away. And then my dad's in Eastern Washington. So all within the state.
That's
and my
awesome.
sister's in Seattle. So
there's no reason for you to be anywhere else.
Easier.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the weather we complain about, but it's just one of those things. No matter where you live, the grass is always greener.
Yeah.
And so you just learn to appreciate, I think, again, with age, you just learn to appreciate the little things and what you can control. And
like seeing a seal in the water from your window. That is pretty cool.
Like seeing a seal in the water. It's like I had my own little reward right here.
That's special.
So the twist. So, oh shit, that took us we went a long roundabout way here.
We're just chatting. It's fine.
Happy hour, girl. We're getting coffee right now.
I'm caffeinating. It's still, we're West Coast time. It's not even noon yet. We're having fun. It's Thursday morning.
Product plug. What do you have? Celsius? What is that?
I'm trying to get them to sponsor me, girl.
Oh,
Celsius. Hit me up.
I think I know someone over there. I can
do you
get you some stuff.
Stop. I know
the girl
that
does
it's gonna happen.
The motorsports program.
That
she used to work for me.
So funny.
I
dropped coffee. I've just been drinking a couple Celsiuses a day. So my daughters call it my mama juice. Okay, so
girl, get it. I like it. You know what? I actually like Celsius. My issue is that it has sucralose, right?
Oh, I don't know. I should know that.
You're like, I just thought it was 5 calories. I'm good with it. I think sometimes the different things I use to sweeten it, it's difficult for me, so I have to be careful. Sometimes I just go all in for sugar. I'm like, give me the Red Bull.
I'm not anti-sugar.
I'm going all in, 200 grams of sugar.
Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, I don't even know what's in it, to be honest. I just know.
But I do like Celsius. I just know it has 200
milligrams of caffeine.
And you're going.
I'm like a power me up and then power me down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm up, I'm up. If I'm down, I'm out.
Yeah. I got you. Okay, Celsius, sponsor Angelina. Okay, and again, we're still not getting to the point. The pairs, picking the pairs.
Oh, would you pick me? Would you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, because you could beat me at this.
No, but they didn't know what the challenge was going to be.
I know.
It could have been anything.
Yeah, but
you didn't know if it was going to be strength, puzzle.
That's true.
Endurance.
That's true.
Could have been anything.
Yeah.
So the picking was interesting. I think, fine. They get there. I liked the challenge. Thought it was fun. The different having to, crawl in and then get the puzzle pieces and then the two people. It's fine with it.
I was cracking up. Cracking up when Jeannie was like, "My booty's too big."
I know.
I was like,
I tell you that I hate being covered in sand.
Oh yeah, it does not feel good.
I don't like it. And so when I saw them crawling through that and they came out and there were just sand stuck to their body, it was like making me itch.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather have that sand, like where that one sand challenge where your hand's tied behind your back and you're like inchworming over the sand? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, God, no.
That one or
no.
There's an or. This is an either or. That sand wiggle worm challenge where you're like whole face and body, everything's covered in sand, or the challenge where like you have to eat like disgusting things.
Well, I've done that.
But what one?
I've done that.
Which one would you rather do though? If you had to pick.
Oh gosh. Oh wow, that's a really tough one.
I'm still holding my hands behind my back. For effect.
You're like just for the visual.
Just so you really remember
this. For fear of getting an Andy edit on my wiggle movements, I think, God, they're really doing him dirty. Bless him. He is rolling with it. And for that, I am like, he is wonderful. Like, we've sent a few DMs and he's just like, he's just going with it.
Keeping his head up. Good.
Best thing you can do.
That's all you can do.
But damn, dude, they're really, yeah. I'm going, hot take, I'm going the food.
You gonna eat that fish eye, that goat gut, like
okay, now that you've actually said it, and I'm not starving.
A cockroach that's alive.
Okay. I'm gonna say, well, I did eat a scorpion. It was the most disgusting.
What did it taste like?
It had, it actually wasn't, it was fried.
Okay.
So it actually wasn't horrible. The worst part is that it had, this is really
disgusting. Tell me.
Inside it had this like goo. It was brown and it was bitter, and it wasn't like, it was almost like a paste.
Was it poop?
Oh God, I don't know. It may have been. I have no idea if it was the guts or what. And so that part, like first I ate the tail and I was like, oh, not bad. And then when I like bit right into the like abdomen portion and it just like squirted into.
Oh my God, girl, the things we do.
It was awful.
Did you throw up?
No, I ate it and I won.
There you go.
Because you know what? It's a job. Mind over matter. A lot of Survivor is mind over matter.
Kara said that all the time out there.
You can do it. We can do hard things, girl.
Mind over matter. Absolutely. All day.
Now, today when we're like having an energy drink and a smoothie and we're like have slept.
I know.
Showered. I got my gooch.
You got Gucci.
I got my gooch jacket. I'm good. I don't need that.
I know.
But when I'm on day 28 and my ass is on the line of being voted out, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna eat the scorpion guts.
I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna eat the grub.
You know what? Yeah. And then you live on to say that you did that. So you did that.
And then you say you did it.
That's crazy. So so you would choose food. Okay, my last question: the nasty food, animal worms, whatever, or the one where you're underwater in the cage and the tides are coming?
No, immediate no.
You go food.
Nope. The last gasp or whatever.
Yeah.
No. Immediate no.
Are you claustrophobic?
No. I'm not claustrophobic, but I am not. So when I jump in the water, I have to plug my nose.
Okay.
Because I can't.
I get it.
Like I know how to plug my nose without doing it, but I don't know what it is. I just can't. It still goes in there, and I feel like I'm like dying, like I'm gonna drown.
Yeah. No.
So
that's
that pose of being on your back and water
and under the cage. Yeah. I'm a little claustrophobic, so I don't know. It all sounds like.
Would you do that one?
The water?
You try it.
I mean, of course, I think the only one I might walk away from would be the bugs.
Really?
I don't know, girl. I mean, I don't even eat salmon. Like, I don't even eat, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
true.
I don't eat.
So it's more of a texture thing for you, maybe.
Well.
Or just the idea of it.
I just don't eat anything that has been alive. Plants, I guess, alive in their own way. But, like, I don't eat anything with eyes, period. So it's, like, just mentally then to go from, like, not eating any sort of alive thing to like eating like a cockroach or a scorpion or I don't know, mentally I just think that it's a little touch too far. But you know what? In the moment, who knows? Maybe I'd rally. It would just depend on the circumstances. I think if I could afford to not do it, I would prefer to do it. Kind of like how when they had the auction 2 weeks ago, and they could kind of opt in or out with like just competing for the pancakes. I do love breakfast though, so that would be tempting.
Girl,
breakfast is my favorite meal.
Yeah, me too. And that was a good one. They gave you every
all the
element.
Fixins. You can't beat breakfast.
Of a good breakfast.
No one beats breakfast. So I don't know.
No.
It would be tempting, and it was fish eyes. So I don't know.
No, it was the grubs. It was the grubs for the breakfast. That was nasty because they were alive. I was I was like, something that's okay, because if something is cooked,
it's already
still disgusting, but like it's already dead.
It's not wiggling down your body.
Something that is alive.
Yes.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to draw the line there.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah, some of these things.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that. Yeah. No, same page. I think I would rather do. For sure, the sand would be like the not the easiest, but like I would prefer to do the sand over the other two.
Yeah,
and then I'd be between the last gasp and I'd probably want to do last gasp before the food. I don't know. The food thing just really freaks me out.
It is really disgusting. I don't know. But I think once you get out there, because I always said I was never a gross food girl,
and then you did it.
But once I got out there, it's like
in the moment.
The one that I did it was for an immunity challenge, and we had just had a tribe swap, and I knew that I would be in trouble if we didn't win.
Yep.
And so it was kind of one of those where you're just like,
circumstances.
You just put everything aside, and you're like, I have to survive this, and the only way to survive this is to do this.
Yep, I love it, and that's why you're a legend.
So,
eating a scorpion.
You are a legend.
You know that. Shoot, you know that. You are a legend.
Stop. I can't. Well, you are too. Stop.
Oh, I'm a baby legend, if anything. No.
I've played
once. I've played once, and I just was cold.
It doesn't matter.
It's not a legend make, okay? You are a 3-time player. You've had
Yeah, but you had very legendary moments. For a one-time player to be so remembered and so celebrated and people want to see you back so badly.
Thank you.
That is a legend.
Thank you. I think
Period.
it's
I said what I
probably,
said.
Okay. You said what I said. I won't dispute it. Thank you. I will just say thank you. Thank you, Kelley.
Okay.
Take
the compliment. Remember what we talked about earlier about
yes.
supporting?
That's why I'm saying that. I'm
so
just gonna
take it.
model my own advice and just say thank you. Thank you.
Accept it.
The
world agrees. The internet agrees. So, except for the few haters that are always going to be haters, and
they're always out there. You know what? That means you're doing something right. If you have haters, that means you are living. Okay.
Listen, I don't know if you ever saw that Cat Williams skit. I'll have to send it to you if you haven't. But he said something of like, if you don't, I'm not going to do it justice because there was a lot of like cursing in it. Like, I do have a potty mouth, but I try to not be so aggressive. Yeah. But he basically was saying that, if you don't have X amount of haters by the summer, then like you're doing something wrong. And if you want to send your haters my way, feel free to hate on me because like I'll send it to you. It's really funny.
Send it to me.
It's really,
I love
really
it.
funny.
I love
it. You will die. Wow. I feel like we've talked like Survivor and we've also talked about whatever the hell we want. And I like that for us.
That's what I do. I'm really just coming on these pods to chat,
Were you taking the rounds?
No, it's so funny. Okay, so I have to tell.
What's going on? What's going on? You're like on a tour of
sorts.
Oh
my God, I told my husband, I was like, I said, Kelley was like, I see you girl on all these podcasts. And I was like, when you wrote that, I laughed so hard. And so I told my husband, I was like, it's my media tour. And
it is.
I know. So it's so funny. Like, it's not intentional, first of all. I have just been trying to say yes to more things lately, just trying to say yes. And I think the other factor is that I just, in the last couple of months, have had mornings to myself. Whereas before that, I was always with either both or one of my daughters trying to run my nonprofit. Like, just literally, I mean, you got to have quiet in the background.
You do. And you have to carve out a little bit of time.
You have to carve it out.
Like,
so it was really just a function of like not having that time and space. And now I have a little bit of time and space to like work on my business, to chat with folks like you. And it's fun for me. Like, it's energy, life-giving for me to like chat with our Survivor family. Cause like, I always tell people, it's like, there's something special about former Survivor players. Like, there's a kinship. We get it. Like,
yes.
And there's a familiarity. And there's also just like a respect to be like, you're the type of person who goes and does this crazy thing. Mm-hmm. I'm that type of person too. And so it's just fun for me. Like, it really makes my day. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, I'm going to go after like our chat and just like be full of Kelley Wentworth energy and like, world. I got Kelley in my soul, baby. All right? Like, I can do anything. I'm so serious, okay?
I grew up, bitch. Let's go.
Scorpion. I'm gonna send you a video later on. I'm just gonna be straight up like eating scorpions with like a side of French fries and like my Celsius. And I'm gonna be like, that's my Kelley Wentworth energy. So anyway, that's all to say. Like, yeah, it is funny. This is my 4th podcast third.
I know.
Fourth. I have another one next week. Oh my God.
Wait, who are you talking to next week?
So it's funny. I guess they're launching like an official White Lotus podcast.
Wait, who's doing that? That's so cool.
Evan Ross Katz is doing it.
Oh, cute.
And so they want to chat with me and Alec. And so, not Survivor related, but tangentially.
That's fun though.
That's
fun. Like being able to talk about something else. That's really fun.
I mean, again, I'm coming on and just trying to chat with people. I'm just trying to. I mean, it's really like just a public FaceTime to me. You know what I mean? Like, welcome to the group chat, you guys. I'm just gonna be calling Kelley now. But
Angelina's starting that campaign.
What campaign?
No, just life. Just life. Just life. Just living.
You know what? You can't be campaigning for nothing these days. You just have to be yourself. I mean, you've played 3 times. Look.
That's what I'm saying.
I think the loudest squeaky wheels are not the wheels that we're going to see it turning. That's what I'll say. So I think my mindset is like, you're here for the fun. I'm living my best life.
Yeah,
okay,
good.
And we'll see what happens from there. And I'm 35. I've got my babies. I'm building a business. I'm living my dream, and I'm happy.
Good.
And whatever happens, and whatever doesn't, that's all good too.
Preach, queen.
So you know what? Yeah, that's
all
good.
we can hope for.
That's all we should all be doing. Is just enjoying ourselves, and whatever happens, happens.
Having fun.
Yeah. Chatting. Media blitz.
Being joyful.
Hey.
So, okay, good. Well, I think we should end it there.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
what?
Hold on.
Okay.
There's one thing we didn't talk about.
Oh, tell me.
We have to end it on this.
Okay.
I think we purposely glossed over it.
Oh, no.
We didn't want to.
Okay.
Saul at the challenge, reward challenge.
Okay.
The burping.
Oh,
scenes.
no. You want to end on a low note, girl? We were riding a high. I was going to have a good day. Oh, no.
Okay, I don't want to dive too deep. But why is Survivor? Y'all better stop it. I need to talk to whoever edited that episode. Y'all need to stop that. Do not ever give me a 2-minute scene of just Gabe and Saul trying to outburp each other and then talking about it. Y'all better relax, okay?
I think I would extend it and say we don't need any bodily.
We
don't need any bodily anything. We know what happens. We know it's there.
We don't need it.
We don't.
So this is my petition to say,
okay,
stop it.
Tell him, girl.
I love you, but stop that.
We're good. We're good without that.
Because we can't be doing that.
Yeah, no.
That was too much for
me. It wasn't even like cringe. It was literally just gross. Like I'm not
disgusting.
Easily grossed out. Like as a dog mom, as a real mom, like you become every single fluid you could think of, right? It's like I've given birth twice. I have 2 kids. But like we don't need to see that. We don't need to hear that. No, we're good.
So this is I just had to say, put it out there into the universe.
This was important.
Stop
you
it.
had to get it off. That's the thing. You had to get off your chest. It had to be said. She said
That's
what she
I had
said.
To say. Yeah, don't ever do that to me again.
Did you like mute it? What did you do in the moment as you were watching it?
Well, my husband was on one couch and I was on the other couch, and we were both just looking at each other going, it was like a painful, like it was almost like a wincing, like there really wasn't much to say. We were just hoping it would be over sooner than later. And it kept going.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, this is what my life has become. And then we moved on and it was fine, but it was a couple minutes of pain.
Is what I'm trying to say. I gotta for redemption, for our own redemption island here. I need to leave us on a higher note because that's just.
I'm sorry.
No,
you brought that shit down.
Oh my!
I brought
that down. You had to say
it. On a 10. You're on a 10, and I just brought us down to a 0.
But
Bring us back up,
that's part of the waves. That's a wave, right? Okay, we're in the trough. Now we're coming back up. Okay.
We're in the trenches already.
Kelley Wentworth. Okay, today, November 14th, 2024. Would you ever play Survivor again? Or any other reality shows? Are we going to see Kelley Wentworth on our TV again? Blessed with your presence.
I feel like everything is a possibility. Let's put it this way, Angelina. This is all I'm going to say.
Tell me.
I always take the call for whatever it is.
You're available to talk. You are open to conversations.
Sure. I feel like that should be the mentality in really anything.
Yeah.
Like if you get a call for someone's recruiting you for a job or someone has another opportunity, you always take the first call. Where it leads from there is to be determined.
That's a good. I think that's a good mentality. Yeah, open for business, but with a deciphering eye for what's right for you at the time.
Yes, but I'm not actively seeking. Something. I'm not hoping for something. But Wentworth is always open for business. So.
Ooh, I love that.
We'll put that there.
I love
that.
What
about Angelina? Would Angelina ever do I mean, you've done Survivor. You've been on White Lotus, which is super cool.
For 2 seconds, but yes, thank you. It was so fun. So cool. It was really cool. It was super cool.
So cool.
It was an experience.
So,
I was really
what if
grateful.
Traders called you tomorrow? Like, or
I would love to play Traders one day. I would play Survivor again. Yes.
Okay.
It's interesting because that hasn't always been my answer. So like right after I played, I was like, I don't think I could do it again. And I think, everyone has a different reaction to the game, their edit, the experience. For me, it was a bit of a roller coaster. Dealt with the crazies online, learned how to manage that. I mean, it was years ago now, but it was all good lessons, right? It's like I learned to block out what doesn't matter. I learned to not care what people think. Very freeing.
Yeah.
I learned to let go of a lot of perfectionism that I didn't even know I had. And I learned to just like embrace like the silly, goofy kind of like fun part of myself that I saw a lot on the television, and I was like,
yes,
yeah, that's me. I'm like a little bit messy, but I'm going to have fun about it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, so that's all to say I'm a yes for kind of like you, where it's like, I'm open to things. One of my dreams actually in the reality TV world, I would love to be on Shark Tank one day. I want to be on. Yes. I want to pitch a business idea on Shark Tank one day. And then like 10, 15, 20 years from now, I want to be a shark. Like I want to be in the chair, like next to Mark Cuban, like making deals and like on QVC.
You want to replace Lori.
I love Lori. Yeah. Oh, she's young. She could still be there too.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, whatever. So I'm a big Shark Tank fan. I love Shark Tank.
I love Shark Tank.
So in the reality world, love Shark Tank. I'm a Traders fan too. Obviously a Survivor fan. I used to watch The Bachelor. I'm over it. But that was kind of it's just rough. I do like The Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette. I want my dad to be on that show. So again, also putting that out into the universe.
Wait, submit him.
I did. I have.
Oh, cute.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So
okay.
TBD,
okay.
we'll see how that goes, but I'm manifesting that for him.
Okay.
And yeah. So yeah, for me, it's like, I'm open. I'm open to possibilities. For me, the biggest thing is just depending on when and where, and my kids are really young. So I just have to always be like, thinking it's not just me anymore, right? Like I have 2 little girls who are my entire world, and they're young still. So just, thinking about all those things and taking it into account. But I love adventure. I love competition. And I think I could do better this time around.
Well, you did great. So
Thanks,
I just think though you probably had some learnings and some life lessons and just growing up since you played.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You learn a lot from the first time you play. So I think that,
you know how it is.
Yeah. I know how it is.
And bring a jacket this time, potentially, if it happens, so.
Well, listen, wardrobe only gives you what they give you.
Can I borrow that Gucci? Is that Gucci? Are you going to be?
Call me. I'll send it to you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they'd have to cover each individual.
The whole jacket would be blurred. Like no branding. We can't.
It's just you with a bunch of patches. It's just like little tiny patches. They're like, what the hell?
Oh my God. Well, okay. I feel like that's a good.
That was good. That's a good way to end it.
I love you. I appreciate you. I'm so glad that you asked me to be on your pod, and just keep doing what you're doing. You're just a gem.
You too, girl.
And come to San Diego and visit me and Kara. We would have such a you, Lauren, me and Kara.
We'd have
Done.
fun.
Okay.
We'd have fun.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm putting that. I'm gonna manifest that too. That needs to happen one day. The 4 of us girls.
That would be fun.
We gotta do it.
That would be fun. Okay. I'm putting it on my bucket list.
Good. Me too. Me too.
Okay, Angelina, I adore you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's been so much fun.
Love you.
I'll talk to you later, babe. Love you.
Bye.